everybody in Austin is excited that NASCAR, the Cup Series, will be making their very first stop in the ATX at Circuit of the Americas next weekend, May 21st through 23rd. They get to experience that 3.4-mile circuit that we have seen F1 and World Endurance Championship and V8 Supercars and IndyCar and everybody else. Now NASCAR gets to do it. And one of the gentlemen that will be trying his hand at that crazy 20-turn circuit joins me now on the Vaqueros Cafe and Cantina hotline. He drives the number 24 Exalta Liberty University Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports. He is currently number 3 in the Cup standings. He's in the playoffs. This early, he's in the playoffs. He is William Byron. Follow him on Twitter at William Byron. William, how are you, man?
Good, man. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
My pleasure. Let me ask you this. This season, you started Daytona, had a couple of rough goes there, both in the Daytona 500 and on the road course. And then you win at Miami. And since then, you've been on a tear. Top 10 every race, 3 of them top 5. You got number 4. You got 4th in Darlington this past weekend. Was there something that clicked at Miami?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, just got to kind of our, bread and butter racetracks. I feel like, the road course there I thought we had a good run going, and we had some issues on pit road, and we had some issues with tires and got pushed off the track on one of the restarts, and we just were kind of in the hornet's nest and ended up having a brake failure. So that was a series of kind of issues. But then other than that, I mean, you don't read much into Daytona just because there was that big wreck at the beginning. And I feel like we've gotten to our bread and butter and kind of gotten to the racetracks that we know we were going to be good on. And we've performed, how we thought we would. I think obviously better than we thought we would, but we'll take it. And we've been really consistent. We just have to kind of take that next step to get back to winning.
Absolutely. Let me ask you this. How much fun was it this past weekend at Darlington with the throwback? Because had a lot of great paint schemes and everything. Did you have fun with that? Was there a paint scheme or a throwback scheme that you saw other than your own that you really liked?
It's a good question. I like Chase's. I thought his was cool. The Hooters scheme looked like, Alan Kolwicki, which was awesome. So thought that was really cool. I thought our Valvoline scheme was really cool. So I liked ours. I don't know other than that, but yeah, I thought it was it's a fun race. It's really cool to do the throwback schemes and give everyone a chance to really show off something. So I like that race. It's pretty cool.
It was really neat that Fox Sports really played into it with the old logos. They even went so far as went Friday night on WWE SmackDown. They went throwback. So it was really cool to kind of grasp all that. Let me ask you this. So let's fast forward. I know you're hitting Dover this weekend, and then you'll be here in Austin next weekend at COTA. How much do you know of the COTA track? What have you heard, learned? Have you had a chance to check it out?
Yeah, so I've gotten a chance to make some laps there in a Trans Am car, which is a lot lighter than a Cup car, and it stops better. So you got to take that into account. But I do feel like there was some things that were learned there, and I think some of those things will apply to next weekend. And we just have to get there and see what it's like. Honestly, it's we're still kind of still thinking about Dover, and then we'll get to COTA the week of that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a great race. I think that it's going to be a unique track for us. We're not used to that many turns and that long of a lap, so it's going to be a long lap around there. It's going to be challenging for sure just to complete a lap, much less complete a lot of them. So I'm looking forward to it. I think that qualifying, all those things are going to be really challenging, so I'm excited for it.
Is there a specific challenge about that track? We had the Goodyear tire test here recently with Brad Keselowski, Martin Truex, and Chase Elliott. And Brad Keselowski mentioned about the turn 1 being the epitome of calamity. So I've got to imagine that's got to be one of the challenges there when you guys come off the start finish line and hit that turn one and do the hairpin turn going uphill, by the way?
Oh, no question. I think turn one is going to be a big challenge. You're going to be two wide, maybe three wide, getting in there, and guys are going to try to dive bomb. And the way the corner is, it's kind of like a corkscrew. It wraps around and it goes the complete opposite direction. So if a guy dive bombs in there and he misses the corner and somebody's on the outside, you're going to have to give a lot of room. So, I'm for sure. I think guaranteed you'll see a couple spin outs or a couple guys getting spun out, getting into the turn one on the restart, and that's just gonna that's gonna cause issues. So I think we'll try to be ahead of all that.
Yeah, we've seen that. We've seen calamity happen in the other racing series that come here, particularly Formula One. So I can only imagine what a car that is much heavier than a Formula One car, how that's going to do, making it, especially during a restart coming out of a yellow flag. That's going to be something else. Let me ask you this: what part of the track are you most looking forward to in driving? Is it turn one? Is it the S's? Is it one of the straightaways? Tell us what you're looking forward to experiencing there at Circuit of the Americas.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited about the after you get through the really downhill braking zone on the backstretch, and I'm excited about those double rights and then the double lefts. I think those are some cool combinations there. Feel like our car that really suits our cars well. Kind of that lateral load and slow speed. So I'm excited about that. I think that's going to be fun for our cars, and I think there's going to be some corners that might not be as fun for us, but it's going to be all a challenge, and it's all about where you're better than other guys. How can you set them up and pass them, and it's just going to be all about trying to make that work.
Now, besides being out at Circuit of the Americas and everything that goes on there, as I mentioned, this is the first time that NASCAR is coming to Austin. Have you been to Austin before? Is there something you're looking forward to seeing or doing while you're here in the capital city?
Um, I'm excited for a lot of it. I think that it's a really good college town. Hopefully get a chance to get to try out some of the food and restaurants there. So I'm excited for that. Hopefully, with us being there for a few days, it's gonna be fun.
What kind of food are you leaning towards? We've got barbecue. We got the best barbecue in the country. Yes, I'm biased, but we've got some of the best everything else. Is there a certain flavor of food you're looking forward to?
I mean, I'm a big Tex-Mex guy, so I like any kind of Mexican food. Texas style is pretty good. So I think honestly that's going to be my go-to.
Well, as I mentioned, our sponsor Vaqueros, they do some pretty good Tex-Mex. So if you get a chance, hit Vaqueros. What do you see as the biggest challenge? One of the things I've always noticed is, for instance, tires. I got to imagine that tire wear for this race is going to be almost more challenging than gas consumption, that type of thing. The tires are really going to be key to your success at Circuit of the Americas.
Oh, for sure. I think honestly you're gonna go through tires so quickly that I feel like it's gonna be a big challenge for us. So I think you're gonna want rear tires after a few laps. You're gonna want front tires after 10 laps, and the combination is gonna make it pretty loose and low on grip. So I look for it to be more like a Sonoma, where you're really using up rear tires quickly. So it's gonna be a challenge for sure.
And I gotta imagine brakes are going to be, right along with that. You're going to be braking a lot in those
Mhm.
20 turns, right?
Oh yeah, I think the brakes are. I mean, that's the big thing on our list is kind of to make the brakes last. So yeah, I think it's gonna be everything you've got to get it stopped, and it's gonna be a challenge.
Before I let you go, William, and thanks so much for giving me your time. We're here with William Byron, NASCAR Cup driver, number 24 Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports. I was reading up on your bio, and I saw that one of your hobbies is building Lego collection sets. So I got to ask you,
Yeah.
You know, Fox has this show, Lego Builders or whatever. Could we see a NASCAR version, NASCAR drivers building Legos?
I mean, I'm not as much keen on the whole timing thing. I haven't watched that show. I've actually seen it pop up when I'm in the bus after the race. But yeah, right now I'm building the Empire State Building, and hopefully that goes well. It's like I think it'll probably take me like 3 or 4 hours total, and that's going to be a good project this week. And then I've got a NASA space shuttle that I'm working on, or gonna start working on after that. So I've had a few things. I think I've built 6 so far this year, and built the Star Destroyer from Star Wars, and
Love it.
a piano. So it's been a lot of fun. I love it. Some of them are great display items, and I enjoy kind of the complexity of it, and really kind of puts my mind to work. I'd say honestly, I'm surprised I'm not an engineer, because I feel like that's kind of what my mind enjoys.
Right.
But yeah, it's nice to use that in my downtime.
Right. Well, it gets that mind, you get your mind going, thinking about where pieces go and such. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
He is William Byron. He drives the number 24 Exalta Liberty University Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports. Again, find him on Twitter at William Byron, and he will be here in Austin Friday, May 21st through the 23rd for the Echo Park Texas Grand Prix at Circuit of the Americas. Make sure you get your tickets at thecircuit.com. William, pleasure to talk to you. Pleasure to meet you. Look forward to seeing you here in Austin. Before then, do a great hope you have great luck at Dover, and then we'll see you here in Austin in just a few days.
Yeah, thanks, man. I really appreciate it.